向かってそれが僕たちの Hard Rock Days 平凡な毎日じゃ乾きやせないいつだって逃げないで風当たり強く生きてゆこうゴールまだ遠く進むべき Hard Rock
Best One Piece opening, man. Best One Piece opening. I stand by that. I'll argue for it every day of the week. Real quick, what's your favorite opening, Jazz? Mine is definitely Hard Knock Days.
I don't remember the name of it, but I think it's the one.
Describe it.
Like it's the one where like it has the sequence of like Roger giving Shanks's hat to him, and then Shanks giving his hat to Luffy.
Shit! Wait.
It's the one where they return to Sabaody. I know because.
Okay, yeah. It's the original, but it's the reboot.
Yeah. I like that one.
That one's hard. I can't lie. That one's hard. Welcome in to another One Piece manga review. We got my man Jazz on the sub for this week. Christian will be back next week. Jazz, how you doing this week, brother?
Good, man. Always a good week when you get a One Piece chapter.
Yes, sir. Glad to be back talking One Piece. It's been a minute, so glad to have you on this week. Look, ladies and gents, this is a big thing we're about to discuss. So if you're not caught up, please don't be watching this because we going in. So as you know, if you're new to our One Piece reviews, basically what I do is I give a brief summary of the chapter, and then Jazz and myself will deep dive into certain parts of the chapter that we think are relevant. So this chapter starts off with the cover story, which we'll get into it, but for the first time, the cover story has let me not say for the first time. For the first time, it's actually coinciding at the same time. That's the first time. But the cover stories were always relevant. But this is the first time that they've run parallel with each other and they've met. Oda has inceptioned his story. The cover is a story like we've reached full inception in One Piece with the cover story. But it starts off with Van Augur and Aokiji looking at Pudding tied up. Boom, we'll get to that. The chapter starts off with Blackbeard and Law starting a fight in the air. Law sends Blackbeard down. Blackbeard's tumbling to the ground. Meanwhile, as Stronger's falling, he drops these apple bombs, and oh shit, Law's crew does some shit. We'll get into it. A penguin shoots a water cannon at him to stop the explosion. They then say, y'all can't mess with us in a water battle. Jean Bart then protects Law from a snipe from Van Augur. We then see Law and Blackbeard's fight continue. It continues, and we hear something from Pudding, and then the fight continues some more. We see Alkinu like, man, I wish I could do something about this, but I can't because I'm a pussy. And then we jump back to Egghead Island. We see Kuma 5-0, aka the police, roaming the streets. Meanwhile, Luffy and Bonnie has aged all of them differently. Chopper and Luffy are the versions of themselves if the Straw Hats don't win their goal from Oda's SBS, and then we see childhood Jinbei. She then changes them back to their age. We also see a lightsaber, which is crazy. We're seeing that fucking whatchamacallit has invented all of this crazy shit. And as she swings this lightsaber, we see it strike some shit. They grow back of age, and basically she tells them about her and Kuma's backstory, how they were as kids. We then go back to the other group, and we see them flying in Vegapunk's robot shit. Zoro and Brooks stay on the ship. Meanwhile, Frankie, Sanji, Nami, Usopp, and Robin go with Vegapunk 2. Vegapunk 1 is on the phone with Dragon telling him, hey, I might die soon. And Dragon's like, no, say it ain't so. And that's how the chapter ends. Let's start off with the Vegapunk shit first. Save the best for last. I think it's so interesting that Vegapunk called Dragon, confirming the theories of Vegapunk, is a revolutionary, or at least it's making those theories more relevant and more accurate. It hasn't fully confirmed it yet, but I think we know since Kuma was programmed to save the Straw Hats that Vegapunk is either a revolutionary or at worst a contemporary of Dragon and a friend who didn't want to see Luffy fail. So I feel like the best thing about Vegapunk, people are excited to learn about the devil fruits and whatnot. My thoughts always with Vegapunk was I'm excited to learn about his connections with Dragon and learning more about the revolutionaries. Because I don't know if you've been seeing my TikTok, Jazz, but I can say it now on the YouTube. And if you're coming from TikTok, welcome. I've been saying on my TikToks that I think Kuma is a contemporary of Dragon. Like, I think they were like cool as like Luffy's age. Like, I think they know each other. Now, depending on how old Vegapunk is, he might know them as well, or he was like a master of theirs. It's either one. I'm not sure yet, but there's a connection there somehow.
Yeah, it seems like and they even talked about like Jinbei talked about like how he heard how like Kuma was a tyrant and everything. But see, when I hear that, and then I
That's
hear like
propaganda.
Sabo, and Sabo and Ivankov being like, nah, Kuma's the nicest person we've ever met.
And think about how
the
did,
world government spin
I was about to say, I thought you was going to bring up Sabo when they was calling him, he killed Cobra.
Yeah,
they straight lie. So like, how do we know Kuma the tyrant isn't a straight lie?
And like they're gonna make I feel like they're gonna make revolutionaries look worse because like pirates already do bad shit. But like
pirates already have a bad stigma because
like,
they kill people.
Just, revolutionaries just do what they gotta do.
Yeah, no, exactly, 100%. I'm just turning on my fan. Sorry about that. It was hot in this damn room, and I didn't turn on the fan. But also, I don't know if y'all noticed, but speaking of revolutionaries, y'all know I have the Law figurine and the Luffy figurine, but new to the group One Piece reviews, we have Sabo. Yes, love
Emperor.
to see it. Flame Emperor. We also have, and this is my favorite figure now. I'm causing a ruckus, but that man get down. This is my favorite figure. Fucking Raid Suit Sanji. Y'all know that Sanji and Law are my favorite characters. My 3 favorite One Piece characters are Sanji, Law, and Sabo. And then right after them is Luffy. So the fact that I have my 4, we're good to go. They're blessing the review. But yeah, so the dragon thing I think is the most interesting thing on the Vegapunk Luffy side. Like, I don't really care too much about Bonnie's backstory. I only care about the Kuma side. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bonnie's not intriguing me yet.
Because Bonnie could literally just be like
anybody. She's a plot device at this point.
I think she's like it happens in every arc, but she's basically like a faux princess. Not like
the
direct,
Shirahoshi.
Yeah, like not a direct princess, but like
the Vivi,
it's implied.
The Rebecca. Yeah.
So it's like I hope we get a lot of Kuma in like introspective from her, maybe, but like
I also want to learn why she's a supernova. Like, so far we've seen every supernova pack a punch. Like, even weak ass nigga Hawkins, who had his straw man, still had a little something.
Yeah, but he was calculated,
Exactly. And see, a Scratchman of Pooh, I thought his shit, if he used it smarter, would have been a better nigga. Like, all these niggas has powers. So where is Bonnie? Like, I know she can turn people young, but like, I want to see, like, is it because of her knowledge that she has a high bounty of what she knows about Kuma and the world government? Is it because she's strong? Like, why is she considered a supernova? Because right now, no crew, by herself, why are you a supernova?
That devil fruit power must be ridiculous.
It has to be.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like one of those. It's one of those like hacks abilities, like a sugar.
Those sugar, yeah.
I mean, you can't do nothing. I mean, as it's been shown in the past couple chapters, like you can't do nothing to like a Kaido or a Blackbeard possibly if you have that type of ability and it's not awakened. But it's odd because
And see, the only reason why I worked on Luffy and Jinbei, I feel, is because they didn't have their haki activated.
Yeah, and they
were just chilling.
The cops.
Yeah, they were just hanging out. Like, I don't think Luffy had ill will directed towards her, so it was like there was no need to like. That's why, for those wondering why she did it to him, because I know people are thinking like, oh well, how did she get to do that to Luffy and Jinbei? Obviously, they weren't trying to stop it.
Yeah.
So like, I just know niggas would say that. But to your point, it's like I want to get more from Bonnie, but I think it's cool. Is it possible that Zoro maybe gets a lightsaber?
That'd be cool if it's like, that'd be cool.
Is that one of his swords? Like, that's the he gets a lightsaber, the Enma, and another one?
So I'll play. Look, so as much as I don't like to do it, I'll play Zoroark today.
Yeah,
and
play Christian.
I was like, so the thing is, right? When I saw the lightsaber, I was like, okay, this would be cool if this was like a one-off thing with Zoro, or even like if Usopp got the lightsaber. I really like because Usopp, like, I don't care. Whatever cool stuff you can give to Usopp because he needs it. But it's like
let him shoot it. Let him shoot it out his slingshot.
Yeah, but I feel like it would kind of, and this is just me speaking like from a sense of like Zoro's character. I feel like it would kind of like undermine his other swords.
As much,
you know what I'm saying?
As much as I'm just hyping that up, Christian would not be a fan of that.
It's
like,
gonna be cool, but like he can't take it outside of
my man Christian would not be a fan of that. He's a samurai. He wants the katana. He needs the katanas. That's just a joke. Like, but to your point, if like for this arc, one off, he gets 3 lightsabers just because he's with Vic, that'd be badass. Just for a picture.
That'd be fire. He you know what I'm saying? Get the General Grievous in.
Yeah.
That'd be even fire if he does Ashura with it too.
Oh, he would really be General Grievous. Holy shit. But speaking of Usopp, I would love Usopp to get a technology boost here. Like Sanji, I know is not going to get a new raid suit. He could learn more about his Lunarian backstory, like learn about Judge and how Judge worked on him to maybe make him better. Frankie obviously will enhance the mechs, but I need Usopp to get a power boost here. Like everybody was talking about it was going to happen in Elbaf. I don't know if we're going to Elbaf now. So if it makes sense here, this is Gadget Land. Usopp's the Gadget Man.
This is what I've been saying the whole time. I feel like this is the perfect arc for,
and he doesn't have to get a gun.
A devil fruit.
Boom.
Exactly. This is the perfect arc for Jesus.
Yep.
To eat a devil fruit.
Yep. It would be amazing if that happened. Like something that can make that slingshot just OP as fuck. Like, oh, should it get a Logia?
I don't know, because I don't think we've seen like Paramecia or Logias in inanimate objects.
No, we haven't. We've only
seen.
It's always
been
Paramecia zones. Yeah. No, you're right.
I mean, if
I don't know, I don't want it to get a zone though. I want it to get something that it could affect something Usopp shooting at things. Like that's why I said if it got like a Logia, like imagine if it ate the wind, Usopp could shoot like tornadoes at niggas. Like I'm thinking of that way, like for him to shoot something. So if it's a Paramecia, something cool, like just let it be able to do something cool, or if he gets like I don't know a mechanized slingshot, like let's say it eats the mech fruit and like the shit can start shooting lasers and shit, it turns into different mechs.
Or shit, even if this is far-fetched, but shit, even if like Sanji was like, nah, I don't want another raid suit, and Usopp's like, nah, make me one.
Yeah, that'd be hard. Like, look, something. I just want Usopp to get some form of upgrade, but we shall see.
Because as it gets closer, and then this Law and Blackbeard stuff happening.
Yeah, it seems like we're not going to Elbaf.
No,
I don't know.
I really want to go to Elbaf, but it's like I'm not sure what kind of time frame we're talking about here.
But still, we are missing one poneglyph, and maybe that's where it's at, and maybe it's a battle on Elbaf. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's where they meet. But we'll get to that for sure. But I do like that Sanji is the person who gets the Hawaiian outfit a la Jinbei, while everybody else gets futuristic outfits. I think that's hilarious.
I think it's hilarious how they gave Frankie pants.
Yeah.
They gave Frankie pants and they took away Nami and Robin's.
And they gave Sanji shorts. And Robin don't have a shirt. She just got a jacket and a thong.
Hey man, I don't know what's been up with Oda ever since he came back from that month break. He been fiending.
Yeah, he been rolling. and also shout out to Oda for giving all of them Astro Boy boots. That's his homage to the first author of manga ever, the creator of Astro Boy. So shout out to that. But all right, let's get to the fun shit now, because the Straw Hats, what they're doing is okay. Like we're not there yet with them. This is the start of an arc for them.
They're just resting, you know.
Exactly. Facto. Like that's the beginning for them. But I gotta give myself props, Jazz, because you know I've been saying that in this cover story, when I saw those feet at Totland, I was like, it's Blackbeard. And niggas in the Discord argued with me. Niggas said I was wrong. And Lynn was right. Blackbeard, baby. Through Aokiji and fucking Van Augur capturing Pudding for Blackbeard. I said that Blackbeard was going there to get the fucking rubbing and to get something. And not only did he get the rubbing, but he got pudding. So now he don't need Robin, which I think is awesome because I didn't want another capture Robin storyline. When Blackbeard and Luffy
or a Davy back fight for Robin.
Exactly. I didn't want either of those. What I wanted was a battle for the 4th poneglyph, which I think is about to happen. We're about to get a race after this arc to the 4th. And I think Blackbeard's going to wait until Luffy finds it and Caribou's going to tell him. And boom, let's get it. Then we off for the race. But we're in the fight. I got to apologize to Law's crew because on TikTok, I said they would fold like a taco on Tuesday. and look, I still think they will. I still think they will lose. But bravo for showing that not all pirates have to be like the Straw Hats, where the Straw Hats are individually strong fighters. They can take you on land and 1v1 you, whereas the Heart Pirates they have one king who is Law, and the rest are bishops, pawns, and everything trying to protect that king and work together as a team. They are a team fighter, whereas the Straw Hats are individuals, and they specialize in team on the water combat, which is even better because none of them have devil fruits, and they are true pirates for fighting in the water, which I think is badass.
Like, yeah, I definitely like this idea because I feel like for a pirate manga, I hope we get more naval fights. Going in the future.
And it's like, will we? Because we're so close to the end.
I know, but yeah,
this is a good start.
Yeah, I also have to apologize to Law's crew. Now, look, I'm gonna be honest. They still probably gonna be trash on.
Oh yeah, they still losing.
but I think if they were like just in open water,
they would have won.
They are the worst matchup for the Blackbeard Pirates because it's like they have all these like powerful fruits and stuff, but you got to remember they have a submarine. Who's not to say like one of them can't just come up, grab one of the Blackbeard Pirates and try to drag them underwater? Now,
and see, I
One
think
Piece
because
isn't that type of series, but
you're right, and I think because they got sneak attacked instead of Law being able to analyze the situation and then fight in the water, I think that's why they had to hurry up and escape the water because Blackbeard got the cannon off and it fucked them up. But if they knew ahead of time, hey, we're about to fight in water, yeah, Blackbeard and them would have lost. It would have been, and he knows it, and that's why Blackbeard mentioned it, and Law was like, we're going to try to sink your ship, and Blackbeard's like, I'm not letting that happen. And I think that's a potential way for, yes, Law and them are losing, but because Blackbeard's ship's about to go down, Blackbeard's going to not risk the casualties and just leave. You know what I'm saying?
Also, like he sails everywhere on logs. That can't be practical. But like, I know he has money to upgrade, but it's probably just a him thing. But
also, but if that doesn't happen, I just thought of another way for that not to happen, which is Aokiji being on the ship. He could freeze it before they capsize, which is very interesting.
So it's like it's basically like he has a contingency for everything.
Yeah. And so that's where I'm like, damn, it makes sense for me to be like, Law's losing this. People were saying that maybe Cross Guild comes, but I don't know if Mihawk and Buggy and them are risking that for Law. Like, for why? What purpose?
Yeah, it's like, not like the sword theory. Because we don't.
That's what shout out to our guy Pharaoh in Discord. He was saying that Aokiji stops it because he's a part of Sword.
Yeah, like, and even if not Aokiji, because he still has to keep his cover. Like, we haven't seen Drake since the end of Wano, since he talked to Hawkins. Kobe's on Full Lead Island, and
Kobe's with Blackbeard, yeah,
and it's like, who's to say that, like,
Sword in the Navy
Marines are on the
way? Yeah, true. And maybe they show Akainu to maybe throw us off of that scent. But then again, like you said, it's Sword. They operate separate. And that would be a good way to show that, hey, Akainu's the fleet admiral, but he has nothing to do with Sword.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's no way. Like, if Akainu is in Sword, like, that'd be so weird.
Yeah, like, I don't know if I would like. That's a twist that, like, man, I don't know if I would like that.
Because man, you're a good guy, but you burn other Marines. Like,
yeah.
What?
And then also, gotta give Law credit. My man is strong. Blackbeard was getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, like a lot of people didn't like the paneling, like that, the paneling that opened up the chapter, but I thought it was a very like creative way because in the last chapter, Blackbeard, you got to think about it, Blackbeard is a big dude and he's on top of Don Q, who's on top of Stronger, And so it's like it's kind of like they're at this like diagonal. So
Yeah.
it's like the paneling kind of shifts like that. It is a little like confusing to read at first.
It's weird, but I like it. Like you said, it's interesting. And with Blackbeard, and especially with Luffy going forward, I want him to do more of this. Like I want Luffy to rip the paneling off at some point.
I highly believe that's coming. It reminds me of like that one Dragon Ball panel where Goku like fires the Kamehameha and it like breaks the
through,
like the bar of like the manga panel.
And see, I'm thinking like Deadpool in comics, how Deadpool walks out of the fucking panel. Like I want Luffy to do some Toon shit like that because he's Toon, nigga. Like break it out. And I think this is a good start of like getting One Piece fans prepared for that by having paneling weird like this. And I like
this like adjacent paneling because a lot of people were like, oh yeah, well look at what Kubo says, and it's like I don't look.
I was more confused at the next panel, TBH. The one where Blackbeard's like falling, because I didn't realize that he got warped to there. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that Van Auger or was that Law hitting him?
This is kind of confusing.
That part's confusing.
People who can teleport on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Like, because now it's kind of like, okay, who's doing what? But
But I do love that Penguin shot that water cannon. It's like, okay, I see y'all Law's crew. I've been saying for weeks, what does Sachi and Penguin do?
Look, they was cooking. It's just they couldn't cook on Onigashima because they were floating on the air. They're floating in the air. So I mean, I'm pretty sure if Onigashima was like a land water thing, they probably could have done something.
They could have done a little more. But are we getting fucking Sulong Beppo soon? Like Beppo out here. I said this in my TikTok review. Let me see if you agree. Mm-hmm. Beppo is doing for the first time we're seeing an actual vice captain in the sense of calling shit out, calling out the plays like Jean Bart, protect Cap to the left. Like I said, the Straw Hats don't fight in a team dynamic. Like Zoro does vice captain shit emotionally. This is a vice captain in a strategy battle because they're an actual team fighter.
Yeah, I think it's very refreshing to see. And now that Law has people who actually listen to him, and, you know, like actually follow his plans, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and Jean Bart shielding a snipe, like what?
Which is interesting because like,
that's a bullet.
Does Van Auger not like? I know we're probably not at the point
hockey of the bullets.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if we're at hockey bullets yet, but like I don't know, man. You're going against. Like they said.
You know what I think?
A 3 billion berry man. So
you know what I think, and I think Law says it, and I think that people are gonna gloss over this, but I think this might be real. Law says it must be a pretty raw deal hauling around all these anchors. And he was like, they call them devil fruits for a reason. That's a well trade-off. And basically, he goes back to talking about how Blackbeard's a devil fruit crew. What if they're not good at hockey? Like, what if that's their weakness? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they're so strong that like they're devil fruit strong? I think they're hockey deficient.
I think because this was okay. So this is like when
that would make them interesting.
Yeah, like when I read 1063. And I saw Burgess got like the buff fruit. It's like he was already doing crazy enough stuff.
And why don't you just use armament hockey on your arm? Like right, that like legitimately gives you that.
like his what is it called? The Galleon Lariat or something like that.
He shot air out his elbow. Yeah.
Like, but then it's like, okay, are you going to like? I know he's probably still going to use hockey, but it's like,
but he did.
Are they going to get complacent?
Hold on, I'm about to Google it. Yeah. Did he use it in Dressrosa? See, wait, is it on his arm? Yeah, okay, it is on his.
Yeah.
It is on his arm. Okay. Well, is it? I don't know. I don't know if Burgess used hockey in Dressrosa. TBH.
I might have to go look at an anime reference.
Like I'm looking at this right now, and I don't see any. Like
I know he put hockey on his arm at some point in the Coliseum. I just can't remember what exactly.
Okay, wait, yeah, he did. Look right here. So he does have hockey. Okay,
yeah,
so they do have hockey, but that might not be their strong suit. Like they might be weak. I don't know if
it's like a thing to where like they had hockey, but they got complacent. The only person on the crew who I feel like isn't complacent is probably Shiryu. Like I'm 100% certain that Shiryu's hockey is like gonna be really good because you know he has to. That's Zoro's. That's Zoro's.
Or
matchup.
Is Zoro fighting Aokiji? If Aokiji's really now see, and I gotta give credit to Christian when he comes back on. I'm gonna let him present the theory. I saw him tweeted on TikTok, but Sanji fights Shiryu, the Zoro
because of the invisible
the invisible fruit, and he's like the Zoro version of like it would be like Sanji fighting Zoro essentially, and then Aokiji, strong ice swordsman, prepare like someone who is not Blackbeard level, like someone who is right under Blackbeard. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps that Luffy Zoro dynamic.
I think that all depends on the in sword, and
see, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Aokiji is really the 10th. Like, I think he's the 10th commander, but that nigga is not work. Like, there's no way the guy that we met pre-time skip Aokiji, who cares about people, is really a Blackbeard pirate.
I'm still under the notion that it could be Caribou or a Rouge. That could be the 10th Titanic.
See, I like the Caribou. You think it's a Rouge?
Hey, look, a Rouge needs to be put back into the story somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
Because he's the only supernova we haven't seen yet.
Fair. And he might just be out working for Blackbeard. That's possible. That's very possible. Some other stuff that we got to talk about. I love that just Law's awakening his K room. He's gotten stronger since then. How many times he can use it and just fuck Blackbeard up, and Blackbeard and Van Augur was like, "Fuck, we were not prepared for this. We did not know enough about him."
Because Van Augur was like, "Oh man, why'd you just charge in there?" Like,
and Van Augur's like, "Shall we return to the ship?" He's like, "Don't be an idiot. We'll start when we finish."
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm seeing in the thing. Okay, so I didn't notice this the first time I read, but when he says that, like, when you charged in like half cocked, and then he says warp. So you know how
he warped Blackbeard. Yeah, he
but like, does he need to speak it to do it?
Like, does he have to say warp? That might be
because then Law would be a great counter to it because he could just silence it.
Possible. That might be his thing. Like, he might have to say warp to warp him. I could see that being like his devil fruit key clicker. That's a good call.
I hope that's not it, because that's that
weakens him a lot.
Be a real weakness.
And you know who would figure that out?
Usopp.
Yep. Usopp would send like some, like you said, shoot like some silencing plant at him or something.
Yeah.
Like, easy. That's a good call. That might happen if that's the case. But to Van Augur saying, should we retreat, and we see in Blackbeard's ship get fucked up, I think that's gonna be the thing that tips it over of them, why they have to leave, if not the Marines. And if that doesn't happen, then Law's getting whooped. I'm sorry. Like, it's either someone has to intercept this, or they escape because their ship's fucking up and Law and them still get beat up, but they escape either way, or Law and them taking that L. Now, if he takes the L, does he die or is he prisoner?
Nah, I feel like Law has too much information and too much important stuff for Blackbeard to just kill him. He might take him captive, because then it's also like, if he kills him and takes his fruit, who's he gonna give the fruit to?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, you already, because like the doctor you have on your crew already has a fruit.
Wow, I got it. I just you're right. He keeps him, but he doesn't take the fruit. He keeps him because he's gonna force him to do the immortality surgery.
I wonder if
he knows. He might.
Yeah.
He had the encyclopedia. Blackbeard's one of the only, like, with extensive devil fruit knowledge.
But see, at the same time, they hit. I feel like they hid stuff in the devil fruit encyclopedia.
True.
It might not be. Well, Blackbeard might.
But is it who made the encyclopedia? We don't know, because if it was the government, why would they put anything about the Yami Yami no Mi? So
that's true.
It's just who made it, so we don't know. But I'm just saying, if he does keep him prisoner, it's to fucking give Blackbeard that surgery.
Not unless Vegapunk made the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia, and then the world government was like, "Hey, don't
edit
this, edit that." Yeah, you're not. Possible. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, no, for sure. Interesting. I would fuck with if he keeps Law prisoner but kills everyone in his crew. So then Law has to like escape and go to the Straw Hats and be like, Luffy. Man. Then
he'd have to forcefully be a straw
hat. Yeah.
I know Law would hate that outcome so much. Like,
but he would have to get his get back and then learn about the Willa D.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's also another reason I feel like he can't die, because he did make that declaration to be like, I want to learn about this. And then like fate.
Luffy doesn't care about the Will of D, so it always was interesting that if you have Law Law
he's the
can
only
figure it out.
one. He's the only one that really cares. I mean, him and Robin, but
Yeah,
Robin's
like
gonna
Robin's.
learn that on the
Yeah,
way.
we're gonna learn through Robin, but it would just be dope to have someone else pursue that with Robin. You know,
Yeah, it's just I can't.
it's
I can't
looking
have-
bad for him. I'm shocked that Oda chose this, but I'm glad that he chose Law because he couldn't choose Kid because Kid has to come back in the story. Like Kid hasn't had
Yeah.
a moment yet.
Yeah, that'd be whack.
That'd
if,
be fucked up. Like Kid fans
has,
would
like,
be pissed.
Kid fan, hey, look, and Kid fans already get pissed over the smallest shit anyway. If
And
Kid
I'm
was
gonna be
off-screen,
honest. I'm gonna be
like-
honest. Killer would have fucked some. They'd have had to use Aokiji because Killer would have fucked up. Like, there's no one I think Killer that's there. Killer could be Burgess.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
'cause
yeah.
Killer, look, because I feel like people try to undermine Killer, but you got to remember he was boxing on the roof though.
And he has Supernova, but he was part
That's
of the four. You're right. He was.
Mhm.
It's Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Killer, Law, the big five. He was up there.
So it's like, you know,
And when you
gotta
ask
put
me
some respect on
Supernova
his name.
strength, if we're not counting Blackbeard, I go Luffy, Law, Zoro, Kid, Killer. Like,
Yeah.
that's where I go in. Like, legit. Like, and if Killer's right there, I think Killer's stronger than Hawkins and all them niggas. So, like,
Oh yeah,
he would beat fucking Burgess, Augur, all of them. Like,
because I think Killer was the only one to catch a body in Onigashima. Well, actually, because Pudding was like, well, we're going up against
Big
one of
Mom,
her-
yeah, Law,
of her
double her
killers.
killers, yeah.
So
Law,
I'm like,
Law and Kid body, and Luffy got a body too, his first body,
I guess
Kaido,
so.
because he
Not-
punched him in the thing.
But you see, I'm also the one where I'm like, if I don't see a grave or confirmation, I just believe they still alive.
And do you think he put that in there to be like, are they dead?
Yeah, because look, because if Big Mom comes back, I don't want her to be like another focal point.
Yeah,
because
she has
then
to
it
be
just
like
then it just be tired. Like,
and Kaido can't come back because if Kaido comes back, what's to say he doesn't go to Wano? Like,
yeah.
and
I see
Yamato
Kaido
and them
coming
not-
back. Yeah, I see Kaido coming back for maybe the final war to get the death he wants. But like,
but would he fight for
that's-
Luffy? Like, who does he fight for?
yeah, but see, that's the thing. Because then it's like, is he just like a wild card? Like, is he like, because
Like, I respect you, Straw Hat. I'll fight the Marines for you. That sort of thing. And like, Luffy brought all of his foot. Like, that's his greatest superpower.
then Mihawk would have like Neji levels of prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, no. I mean, look, this is a shonen at the end of the day. Like, like this is Oda's version. Like, niggas always say, yeah, One Piece is a shit because it has talk no jutsu. Oh no. It has join the crew, buddy.
like, oh my god, that's kind of crazy to think about. Momonosuke and Kaido doing a blast breath side by
Together,
side.
yeah, like against the Marines. Like,
Odin would be turning over in his grave.
well, Odin always did respect Kaido. Odin hated Orochi.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm glad Orochi out of the story. Oh my god.
Hey, burn Kurazumi.
my
Niggas in
God.
the West was pissed about that. You pussies.
No, you know what's funny?
The cycle of hatred's not broken.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny
Niggas was
about
like, it's
that?
not
Like,
Naruto.
yeah, like Orochi was built up to be like you were like Oda drew him and wrote him to where like everybody can hate him. Like
Mhm.
nobody can really make a case for him.
Spawn
But
them
then-
levels bad.
Yes, but then like when Hiyori made that statement, people were like, well, let's look at it from the no. What are you talking about? Like, we're not about to feel bad for Orochi.
The cycle
Like-
of hatred, it continued.
I'm like, look, but see, that's another thing. Like, I feel like that was a good telling because I feel like the same thing will happen when the world government gets toppled because you know things just don't automatically
You switch,
like,
yeah.
like you know how we were talking about in the My Hero discussion, like things don't just because you take down the big bad and you might topple a system, you
Doesn't mean
understand, like,
everything will be happy-go-lucky peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
things will linger. You know what I'm saying? Like if I decide to go up, if somebody like decided to go up and decided they wanted to like destroy the KKK altogether, it doesn't mean racism's gone. You feel me?
Yeah, fuck no. Yeah, there's still offshoots and all kind of shit. No, good point for sure. So yeah, no, Burn Kurozumi. Kurozumis were born to burn.
Hey,
They're
look.
charcoal.
Hey, look, I was just chalking that up. I think people were looking way too deep into
Yeah,
it
they
because
were.
It's like,
They were. It was a
because, like,
joke. Oda said it was supposed to be a joke.
yeah, because like, and also like, think about it logically. Orochi's the only Kurozumi she know.
Yeah, exactly. And like people are only saying that because they were like, Tom, what if Tom was a Kurozumi? And we don't know that. Like, we don't. So you can't
Like they
assume
definitely
that.
would have. They definitely would have told us that by now.
Exactly. Facts. So you niggas stop. But this Law Blackbeard fight, incredible. I just need to see next chapter Beppo go Sulong. Can Beppo please do a Sulong fight for us? Please.
I don't know. Law might need to pull a Vegeta and make a fake moon.
Oh, do we have a break next week? Oh, there is a break next week.
Yeah, we have a break because you know when he put that dragon thing in, Oda like his little mysteries. But now, do you think we'll get more involvement from the revolutionaries going forward?
Yes, in the
that's
story.
Really what I want.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I think the story switched. Like I think when Kaido and Big Mom died, the Four Emperors saga was over. Like it is done. Even though because we have new emperors, even though Blackbeard and Shanks are there, I think Blackbeard and Shanks are in game, part of the chase for Laugh Tale arc. But I think the moment that Big Mom and Kaido died, it's now, oh shit, Blackbeard's the main antagonist and the Marines and the government are the main antagonists. So I think that's why the Sabo thing happened. I think that's why we had the Leloucia Kingdom shit happen. I think that's why we're seeing more CP0 again. Like, I think 100% it's about to crank up Blackbeard, world government side by side. And we've been seeing it because like we're with Vegapunk right now. Like, think about it. We didn't go to Elbaf. We went to Vegapunk. And like everybody thinks that's for Devil Fruits, but I'm telling you, this is for Dragon. And like, why else would Bonnie be here for Kuma? This is for revolutionary.
Yeah,
learning.
this is for like Kuma, Dragon, world government corruption.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Because like, look, they're
and CP0's coming. Yeah, exactly.
They're literally going to the island to kill the world government's probably greatest asset.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
because he knows too much.
Yeah.
And now the Straw Hats are there, and they're gonna learn what he knows. And that either I always wondered what would get Luffy involved to fight with Dragon, and I always thought that it was gonna be him learning about the ancient history, and it still could be that, but this could be the spark of it. Like, oh shit, what is Vegapunk gonna tell him? You know?
Right.
So, but to your point, I think the revolutionaries are in there. Oh yeah, he might not, and that's why I think it'll be the start. And once he learns at whatever the One Piece of Joy Boy, that's when it's gonna be like, oh, Roger's like, oh shit, I couldn't do anything. Now Luffy's gonna be like, oh shit, I have to do something.
Yeah, and Oda's given us a lot of stuff. To be honest, I was surprised the Law fight was not off screen. I was surprised we were right.
Oh, he couldn't like, because Law's in every popularity poll top 5. If he's gonna kill our guy off, we got to see it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
sure, but
Law is the second most outside of the Straw Hats. You could argue that Law's the most important pirate. You can argue, like by like love, not in terms of like importance to the story. Like, I'm just talking about importance to fans.
But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like normally like when you talk to people who like haven't watched One Piece, like, and you be like, oh, like who have you seen that's like not a Straw Hat? Like most likely they're gonna tell you Ace, Law, Shanks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
he's part like
very much up there.
They couldn't just like with Shanks, they had to show the Shanks Blackbeard fight. He had to show the Law fight. And just like if this gives me faith that if Shanks fights Blackbeard, we're seeing that. Like, what? We're getting that in full.
That's true. We're getting Blackbeard's cruise abilities before we get Shanks's cruise abilities.
We have to though.
Canon wise.
Yeah, exactly. But and also that's why One Piece Red came out right now. So we could know Shanks' cruise ability. So when we get to the Blackbeard fight, it's like, all right, we're just showing you the fight.
Hey man, and I haven't seen the film yet, but like
Me neither.
I've
just read, yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, his
crew is nuts.
Cause then it's like, okay, then we're getting into another discussion. Then it goes back to like what Kaido said to Luffy
about how like, Devil Fruits don't just do it.
Yeah, like Haki being over everything, and it's like,
and see, in that I'm glad Kaido said it because it goes back to what Whitebeard said about how Roger's not waiting for you, Blackbeard. Kaido told Luffy, devil fruits don't just do it. All of the people who've mattered have told him Blackbeard's not that guy. So it's awesome that Blackbeard's crew is the antithesis as this devil fruit crew. And if they beat Shanks, it's perfect because Shanks is like, I wasn't enough. Luffy, it's your job to do this.
Yeah, that's why it's not gonna be like just one guy with hockey. It has to be somebody with great hockey and a good devil fruit. You know.
Yep, somebody to take on Roger's will too. So it's like that's why I need the Straw Hats to get hockey. I need Usopp's observation to get better to fight Van Augur.
Yeah, Usopp doesn't need. It would be great if he got armament, but he
doesn't need it. He needs his observation has to be like future sight level. Like he has to be up there with Sanji and Luffy of those three are the best observation people on this crew. I need Nami to maybe get some armament. If not Nami, I need Robin to. Robin definitely needs it to fight Katarina Devon.
But see, I'm waiting to see chapter 1020 animated to see
if the devil form.
If that jacuzzi clutch thing was like if it's armament or like if it's just like
shadow. See, my theory was it was always armament because if Sabo trained her, Sabo and Hack, Sabo uses Dragon Claw and using hockey. There's no way Sabo didn't teach Robin that. So right. I think it is hockey, but if it's not, she needs to learn it. Frankie, I need Frankie to get something, whether it's hockey observation or if it's cyborg enhancement observation. He needs some form of upgrade.
I think this is the arc for him. I don't really think Frankie necessarily needs hockey. I think he's just a tech dude.
Exactly. You know? And that's why I said like he could get a cyborg enhanced, like my vision is enhanced, like I get more lasers. Like all he got to do is get major upgrades. Sanji, I need the Lunarian shit to be understood so he can get his Ifrit John Blade as hot as possible and maybe get some better armament. Brook armament, he needs it. And then that's it. Yeah, Chopper, if he's fighting Doc Q, he needs armament. He does.
Yeah.
To battle the Six fruit.
Yeah, and I don't know how because I mean, like, we did see Doc Q use it in a way to where it was like, this is funny, like, this is for a gag, but like, that ability is actually pretty terrifying. Because
Law had to squeeze his hockey out to fucking break that shit.
Yeah, and it's like, that's not touching like a top tier hockey user. But
is it okay? Let me ask you. Did Doc Q make the antibody statements so that Chopper has an out to not having hockey? Like Doc Q is like, if you have the antibodies, you can beat any illness. And is Chopper's thing going to be that he makes these antibodies on the spot, and that's how he beats Doc Q? See, I don't know if that's enough.
I don't know because it's like, and I feel like him curing the Ice Oni stuff, and then like the Mummy Plague and Udon was kind of foreshadowing for this, but it's like. If Doc Q could
do it on the spot,
just like rapid fire,
and the only reason why he was able to beat the Queen stuff is because he had
the antibodies.
He's not getting that with Doc Q, so it's like he needs hockey.
This could actually be a very interesting concept for a fight, like a fight of plagues, viruses, and stuff like that, but like. Having to combat it like instantly, which would help him in his journey to like,
curing all diseases.
But I just don't know how it's gonna happen.
How it's gonna work. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, but that's pretty much I have for this chapter. Shout out to the boy Law. Again, my apologies to Jean Bart, Penguin. Sachi, you ain't show nothing yet. Beppo, I'm gonna give you half an apology until I see you Sulong. But for the most part, I love that y'all are a crew, a fighting crew. So shout out to y'all. But Jazz, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, Real Jazzy Boy. Follow me on Instagram, Jazzy Boy, and follow me on TikTok, Cornell D God.
Yes, sir. Go follow my man Jazz. You can follow me at LinBWT on Twitter. Follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think on Twitter. On TikTok, what's my TikTok name? Because I definitely want y'all to follow me on there. We cooking on TikTok. You can follow me at Lyndon James Burton on TikTok. And yeah, boy, me and Jazz was killing anime Twitter with our Aaron takes. Niggas was saying that nigga Aaron would go to fucking One Piece and kick ass. Nigga, please.
Nah, that man.
Nigga, please.
That man was saying Aaron would be in One Piece and be
a warlord.
I was like, let's let him get past Johnny and Yasaku first. Right?
That nigga couldn't beat Dorian Broggy. What are we talking? Bro, I said in my thing, I was like, Aaron, I looked this up. Aaron is 15 feet at his tallest. 15 feet. Kaido is between 7 and 9. There's been mixed thing. Whitebeard is like 8. Fucking Big Mom is like 8. So those aren't giants, and they're almost as tall as Aaron, and they would obliterate him. Fucking the Yeti Cool brothers, 45 meters. Fucking Zunisha, 300 something meat. Like, bro, no. Aaron is fodder.
I think it's getting to that point. Like, look, I'd like to put other characters in One Piece, but I just don't think Aaron is surviving.
And people were trying to say, oh yeah, what about his rumbling abilities? I was like, what Titans would he control? There's none there. It's just him. He's fucked.
Yeah, that's why I don't like getting the power scaling and stuff, because it's like different. Look, it's fun to like. I guess it's fun
do
to
that,
do the
yeah.
power scale, but it's like,
but I don't do it.
Different universes work differently.
Mhm.
Like there's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's not gonna be a counter for like.
I just
something
thought
in
it
One
was
Piece's
funny
nature, you know,
that someone was like Aaron would be a warlord or a Yonko. When he said Yonko, I almost spit my water out.
Aaron would just, hey, look, Aaron would be one of them background foot soldiers in Whitebeard.
That's what I'm saying. He would be a giant soldier for the Marine. Remember how the Marines had them fodder giants? Like the nigga wouldn't even be able to beat Orange Jr. Orange Jr. would fuck him up. And that's not even talking about Oars, because Oars would eat his lunch. Orange Jr., who is smaller, would fuck him up. Shit. Sodom and Gomorrah, them two horses from Innie's Lobby would fuck that nigga up. Oh shit. Y'all go follow me and Jazz, man. Jazz, thank you for doing this with me. We will be back next week with Black Clover review. Christian and I will be back with a Kaiju number 8 and a One Piece video. So y'all check out all of that. But until then, for Jazz, my name is Lyndon. Y'all have a good one and peace.